Take it away.
Well, banter anyway.
All right, we're live. Hey,
Hello,
friends.
Hey, Dana. Oh, wait.
How are you?
Hello, guys.
First cam.
Good, good.
buddy.
It's a bright, beautiful, sunny day.
Welcome to our June So Powerful Live. We're broadcasting live from the Yuba City Volunteer Center on our side. And of course, we have Dana and team up in the Renton, Washington area. Hello, sir.
Everybody give a whoop. Got a great crowd here today.
We've got the purse cam booted up and ready to share, and we are super excited to be broadcasting today. This is a really monumental, So Powerful Live for reasons we'll share in a moment. But if you're listening to us live and you can see the video all right, then give us a like, love, comment, share, say hello in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We're excited to have people join us from all around the world. It looks like people are popping in. We have 1 like so far. So if you're on your phone, smash that like button. We got to have more than 1 like. That's probably my mom.
Oh my God. Come on, everybody.
Do us a favor. Give us a like.
Yes.
All right. Hello from Linville, North Carolina. Hello from Colorado. Hello from Iowa.
There we go.
A whole bunch of kisses and smiley faces.
From a-
Okay. Oh, now we have 4 likes and hearts. Okay, we're getting there.
Awesome.
Valencia,
Tell us where you're from.
California.
Put your
All
state
right.
on there.
People are popping in here. Hello from Nixa, Missouri. Hey,
Hey.
friends, we're thrilled that you're with us today, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to show you a little bit of this volunteer center we're standing in Yuba City, and we've got a great, kind of session for us today. We're going to share some video from Zambia and have a great time with you. So, hello from Sebastian, Florida. Someone just said. Hello from Highway 20 in Washington. Oh, someone's on the road. Be careful while you're driving.
Yeah.
Hello from Canton, Ohio. Porter, Indiana.
Connecticut.
From Houston. All right. Good afternoon from Zolfa Springs, Florida. Nixa, Missouri. From Susan. Susan Wadsworth. Hello. In Ohio. Joan Schultz in Auburn. All right.
Hey, John.
Be sure to smash that like button on your phone if you're watching on your phone, or the love. We're up to 5 likes or loves. Wow. The comments are flowing in. All right. Tell us where you're watching from if you're just joining us. And we'd love to have you let us know. And we're going to start presentation of new purses being shown on the purse cam in just a moment. So the purse cam doesn't need to do anything yet till we start. But we've got people from Walla Walla, Washington, and Penryn, California watching, and wow, so many fun places. Well, we're thrilled that you're here with us, friends. We have a great time. Dana just mentioned that we've got a special group up in Renton, Washington, and the reason is because this is going to be, we think, probably our last So Powerful Live that includes both the Washington cohort as well as the Yuba City cohort. We didn't even know a year ago if this would work, doing lives from both locations, but it's worked very, very nicely. But this is going to be our last So Powerful Live broadcasting from Renton because as of a day or two ago, the So Powerful, purses are now being directed to a new address in Yuba City, California. If you use Give Back Box, it's already started to occur that way. And if you check our website now, you'll see a mailing address that has a Lincoln Road in Yuba City, California address. And that's the new one to send your purses to. So Dana, what are your thoughts on this being the momentous occasion of the last combined So Powerful Live?
Well, it's appropriate that Toby and Generic Caps are here because the very first purse processing, we've said this many times, was done at their dining room table, if you can believe that. And, then obviously we moved over here to the church when that got too big. We've been hosting events, purse events at the church for a number of years. And as you guys know, we used to do them yearly. We'd save all the boxes up and recognize everybody and then pack them all up. And then that obviously became untenable because we got too many in. And I believe it was 2 years ago, we went to monthly recognitions, and we could easily go to weekly recognitions, I think. It just continues to blossom and to grow. So this room, obviously holds a lot of great, memories and a lot of great blessings for So Powerful. That's not going to stop, as the church here is still going to be a collection point for local purse makers. Joan Schultz, I know you're on this broadcast. You can still drop off here. And we'll be sending those purses that are dropped here, like they are at dozens of other drop points around the country, up to Yuba City to be processed and so purse makers thanked and whatever. So yeah, it's great to have all the familiar faces here in the room with us today. And I think it's a great capstone to what's been just a super blessing for the folks here at RCC, and So Powerful's in its next evolution. So off we go.
Yeah, absolutely right. It has just been a tremendous journey that we've been on since 2015, really, end of 2014. And who would have thought that the home group session of one time a year in one home group doing all the purse processing. Yeah. To now having these occur monthly. I do think that going forward, we'll probably end up doing them even more than monthly. We might end up going to a weekly format, just so that we can have a manageable number of purses that we share. We'll also change things in the future where the purse cam will literally be right in front of us. So Cinnamon will be able to kind of have the purse cam right in front of us, so we can spend a little bit more time showing purses in sort of a different way. You can give your feedback more and input and thoughts. Not feedback in a harsh, not a negative, in a positive way. What are you talking about? Your commentary, and that'll be really fun going forward. So good things are in store, and we want to just thank everyone up at RCC for their tremendous love and support for the program. We'll be there with you all this Sunday to speak, and that's really exciting. It's a huge honor, and we're really looking forward to that as well. So yeah, this is a monumental So Powerful Live. So other people have joined us while we've been chit-chatting here, from Kathleen from Indianapolis, and someone from Leicestershire, UK, and Scotland. So there you have it. So we're so grateful. Spokane, Washington, people from Kansas City. So we're thrilled that you all are joining us. So Dana, why don't you kick things off by mentioning some purses? We'll have the purse cam boot up and start showing us some awesome purses. And then we'll jump back in with some updates and announcements and some video from Zambia as well in a few minutes.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we've got Grace on the purse cam. We've got Marcy Engineering in the house, and they're kind of monitoring the broadcast to make sure we're good. I've got Kelsey and Nate. I'm not going to call you Nader, Todd. I'm just going to call you Nate. Here to take boxes. Toby is overseeing all of that. Jordan is our tech guy, handed me all the boxes, and so we've got all the pros here today. So off we go with Christy Harwood from Arlington, Iowa, a longtime purse maker. Christy, thank you so much for your box of purses. And the Colorado Sisters. And Jason, you may want to say something about this. Karen and Verna from the Colorado Sisters, and I think we've got a few boxes from them. But if you actually want to jump in right here and say something about Colorado Sisters, that would be awesome.
Well, we had a great time at the So Powerful retreat, and we had a very, very fun time celebrating an incredible milestone from the Colorado Sisters as a group. I believe, I don't have the number right in front of me, I think it was 7,600 total purses that they've made, and Karen has made 3,000. This was the 3,000th purse.
Wow.
That Karen Vierstra, Colorado Sister, has made, and it is just an incredible effort, and what an incredible impact in the lives of so many girls. In fact, at the retreat, over the last few days, this last weekend, we were able to show lots of photos of girls receiving the purses in Zambia. And many people in the room, but Karen in particular and the Colorado sisters were able to point out many of the purses that they had personally made that were in the hands of the girls. And it was just such a fun moment to be able to celebrate that milestone with her and with the whole group there. While I'm on the topic, I guess I could just say the retreat itself was phenomenal. We had such a good time. Got a few photos I can share. I don't know if you want to share anything about the retreat we did.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think there was about 25 people. I'm not sure if that was including us or not, but yeah, I've never done this before and gone to a sewing retreat, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good mix of people that we recognized their names, hadn't met in person, like the Colorado sisters that have made a lot of purses and know a lot about Sew Powerful, and then we also had some people that were relatively new, and so it was a good dynamic of sharing about the program and sharing stories and getting some projects done and sewing purses, but really just bonding and getting to know each other on a much deeper personal level was really probably the most special part of the whole thing. But it was great, and a great facility too, which is awesome. And the facility itself is really interested in what we were doing, which is fun. So who knows if that'll help spread the word, but it's exciting.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time. The coordinating committee just did an absolutely fantastic job finding the venue, organizing every detail, just down to the smallest little thing. So that was Raquel and Lynn and Jeanette, Jan and Sue, I believe was the whole group that helped coordinate, and Marilyn. And the team just did a terrific job organizing the event. So huge kudos to them. And if you pondered going, then I think this is going to be a first annual.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll definitely want to do another retreat next summer. Probably the same venue even, maybe the same time of year. So watch out for that. And you'll really, really enjoy going. It was fantastic. I learned to sew.
Yeah. Not from me, which seems normal, right?
And I made 3 purses.
I think Lynn and Elizabeth
with help, yeah.
Yes, it was great. And, yes, it was fun. We shared some pictures on Facebook so you can see, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Great time. Okay, Dana, back to you.
Yeah, awesome. This is another box here from Karen, just one of our Colorado sisters again. Karen's also an Italia Angel, and she's got her Italia Angel sticker right here on the box, which means she's one of our fantastic pledgers. Our Italia Angels pledge financial gifts to help underscore what we do and pay for all the ministry that happens in Zambia. So again, Karen, thank you for all your purses as well as being one of our awesome Italia Angels. And another Colorado Sisters box. This is from Judy Cronenberg, Denver, Colorado. 70 big purses in this box. So Judy, thank you so much. And boy, this one is full. I just have a last name on this one, and it's Kroll, K-R-O-L, but it's from North Charleston, South Carolina, 45 purses. Man, I don't know how she got 45 purses in here, but she did. So thank you so much. And Marianne Wilson from Clearwater, Florida. Great big box of purses. Marianne, thank you so much. And Margot Miller from Valley Village, California, a little California town that I've never heard of. I'm not sure where Valley Village is. I'm going to have to look it up. But Margot, thank you for a box of purses. And I have got Patty Clark from Strawberry Point, Iowa. Who wouldn't be joyful living in Strawberry Point, Iowa? So, Patty, thank you so much for your purses. And Kimberly Kuntz from Canton, Ohio. I know somebody's watching from Canton, so Kimberly, maybe that's you. So if that is, here's your box. And thank you so much for a box of beautiful purses. And I've got, this one's really heavy. Kathy Behal or Bahal, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Kingsport, Tennessee. Kathy, so much. And boy, you have packed this full. Thank you, Kathy. And another big box. You're going to notice, you guys, that just about all the boxes today are going to be big. Carl Road Baptist Church. This is in care of Carrie Lashley from Gahanna, Ohio. And so Carl Road Baptist Church did a nice, great big box of beautiful purses all the way from Gahanna, Ohio. And Carrie, thank you for getting that to us. There we go. I love this one because they label every side of their box, so we'll know who this is from. And it is from the So What chapter at Edgewater Church, Port Charlotte, Florida. You guys always label your boxes so beautifully, and easy for me to know who sent this. So again, all you ladies in Port Charlotte, Florida, in the So What chapter, thank you so much. And Vicki Tabor from beautiful Salinas. I just drove through Salinas about a week ago. Vicki Tabor in Salinas, California. Thank you for your box of purses. Jason, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to kick it over to you, buddy. And this is from Kay Erickson. That's just the first initials, what I have here. Kay Erickson from Downers Grove, Illinois. So thank you so much for a beautiful box of purses from Illinois. Jason Cinnamon, back to you guys.
All right, so one of the things we thought we'd do today is give you a little tour of the new volunteer center. This is a space that we have now that's dedicated for So Powerful use. We've never had a space like this in 13 years, and we're really, really excited to be able to host events, have volunteers here helping prep purses for their shipment to Zambia, and just generally having a good time. So we thought we'd take this camera, and Cinnamon's just gonna, kind of, it's plugged in, but we'll do our best to kind of give a little tour of the room and share a little bit about what this space looks like. And so starting obviously with the wall behind me, there's one of the fantastic quilts that is just so eye-catching and mesmerizing that people, as they walk up, they at first think it's a photo, then they realize it's fabric. And Elizabeth Mittman is just a genius at making these. And so we've got that with purses on display that were made by Leah, one of our local volunteers here, purse makers. And then around the room, we've got other photos and that kind of thing. So Cinnamon will kind of spin the camera around and show you. The space in the back is really for processing the purses. And we've got books and a garbage can on the floor. And photos on the wall. Yeah, it's great. And the space is sort of funky. It's got sort of this Asian-inspired front door, which is fun, and that sort of makes it unique. Yeah, someone said, "Bravo, Elizabeth! Unbelievable quilt of Cinnamon and the girls." Yeah,
this is too lovely. Oh, well, you can see right there. That's the photo across the room that the quilt was made off of. But yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we've got the photography that's frequently in our booth when we do booths, but I've got it on the walls and little placards on each photo describing sort of the key elements of our program. And that's as much as we're going to be able to show you today. We take you in the back area, but we're plugged in here. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a insight into what this space looks like. And yeah, that's great. And hopefully that's a little bit of fun. But of course, it'd be way more fun if you came and visited us. And we'll be publishing event times regularly for when we have the unboxing parties, just similar to how Renton Christian Center has been doing it for the last few years. We'll start doing those events here, and we'll publish them on the website. And if you're ever in Northern California and want to come be a part of an unboxing party, it would be an honor to have you visit with us. So anything else on the space? We had a nice open house last week or a week and a half ago.
Lots of people from different local churches came in, which is a good starting point, I think. Different sewing groups at some local churches, and so it'll be interesting to see how we grow our local volunteer base. But yeah, it's great. A lot of people. It's a good location. We have people walking by that are asking questions all the time now. So It's just good. And we have a super cool table that you can't see, but we might show you that we built using Singer treadle legs, which is really fun in the space. And we'll have to highlight that with a picture at some point.
Yeah. All right, Dana, back to you.
All right, good deal. Well, we're back to work here. I'll just take one right off at the top. And this is from Deidre Smith. Kissimmee, I love the name of that town, Kissimmee, Florida. So Deidre, thank you for a box of purses from you. I've got James Grissom. I'm not sure if it was James. If it was, again, I don't want to take away from any guys that are selling purses. Hey, even Jason might be a purse maker now, who knows? But Hayward, California. So James Grissom, Hayward, California, thank you for a box of purses. Carol Nielsen from Oak City, Utah. We got a lot of boxes from Utah, and that's awesome. So Carol, thank you for a box of purses from you. D. Miller, again, I don't have a first name, unfortunately, on this, but it's from Monroe, Georgia. So D. Miller, thank you so much for a box of purses. Cynthia Euros from Wadena, Iowa. Cynthia, a name I'm very familiar with. I see purses from you all the time. So Cynthia, thank you so much, all the way from Iowa. Janice Schenk from Thornton, Colorado. Janice sent us a box of purses. So Janice, thank you so much. And Judy Langer from Putnam Valley, New York. And I hope everybody is seeing we are covering the United States here pretty thoroughly. So Judy, thank you for purses from New York. And I'm going to do one more before I kick it back to you guys. You got all the stamps on this box. Holy moly. And this is from Lynn Heil from Schofield, Wisconsin. So Lynn used up all her entire stamp collection to send us this box of beautiful purses. So Lynn, thank you, and a very, very colorful name tag on there as well. So anyway, Lynn, thank you. Back to you guys.
Yeah, so one of the things we thought we'd share today as well is a few video clips from our recent trip to Zambia. So I got back, I guess, 2 weeks ago, today, maybe something like that. And we had just an absolutely fantastic time. There were 10 of us in the group, and we really, really just enjoyed the trip, the time with the seamstresses and seeing girls receive the purses, meeting them, hearing their stories, and seeing the impact of the farm and feeding program as well. I thought I'd share today just 2 little clips. Hopefully the audio plays properly for us here as we do it, but the clips I thought I'd share are girls reading their encouragement card. And as you know, one of the elements of our purse program is that you all, as purse makers, include an encouragement card in your purse. And it's for the girl who receives the purse. If a purse comes in and it doesn't have an encouragement card, then during the prep work that goes into getting the purses ready to go to Zambia, a card is added. So every girl always gets an encouragement card. And the purse also includes, of course, the reusable hygiene pad product that's made there in Zambia by our teams. It also includes soap that is also made there in Zambia by our soap team. And then it includes underwear and the encouragement card. And so let me share these videos with you. I think I really enjoy hearing the girls read the cards in their own words. So I'll share one and stop for a moment, and then I'll share the second one.
We may live many miles apart, but we all sleep under the same moon and worship the same God. But kind to each other, tender hearts, forgiving one another just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Ephesians 4 verse 32. Thank you.
All right, I want to just confirm, can you all hear that okay? I can play it again. You need to have your speakers turned up. It might be a different audio level than we're speaking at right now. But I'll just look real quick in the comments and see. Did everybody hear the audio? Is that all right? Maybe Tori or Jan can give me a little thumbs up or a comment. Yes, I could hear it just fine. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Let me play the other one. And it's a little hard to understand the, the dialect, the accent from the Zambian girls, but sound was a bit low, audio's fine. Okay, so overall it sounds like it worked for folks. I'll play that one again, just so you can hear it. If your audio is a bit low, you can turn it up so you can hear the girl reading her card, and then I'll do the second one right after. So here we go.
We may live many miles apart, but we all sleep under the same moon and worship the same God. But kind to each other, tender hearts, forgiving one another just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Ephesians 4 verse 32. Thank you.
Nice, right? Okay, here's another one.
Hi, I'm Chipego. All is well. You are kind, you are lovable, you are smart, you are strong, you are tender, you are interesting, you are beautiful, you are brave, you are perfect, just as you are today. Thank you for this letter. I'm loving this letter.
So cute.
Absolutely precious smiles on their faces. And just realize every time the girls receive a purse, it's one of the very first things they do. They pull the note out. They want to read it. So be sure to write in, not cursive. What's it called? Printing. We print. Sorry. Block letters. But the girls really, really love the encouragement cards. So take your time with those. I know some people find it a challenge to make the cards. But if you're in that situation, use it as an opportunity to recruit your spouse or your child or someone in your family, your neighbor who you could get involved into the program with you by having them write the note card on your behalf. But take the time and effort to make a beautiful one, because the girls really, really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they love if you include your name, just first name and like city or state that you're from. It's intriguing to them. They know most of major cities, but they'll frequently ask, and they frequently have said to us that they'll be praying for the name on the card, which is super sweet. So.
Yeah,
Very sweet.
Yeah, very cool. Gain, any thoughts on that? We'll kick it back to you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned the last time we did this, but the note cards don't just bless the girls, but they bless the people that are prepping the purses. I had a group of from the local Teen Challenge House here last month prepping purses and getting ready to go to Zambia, and their processing was very slow because they wanted to read the note cards to each other out of each purse, and I didn't have the heart to tell them, guys, we got a lot of purses back. So they just absolutely love that. And here, these are young men, some so young, that are battling addictions. They're living in a home that's a Christian environment, and they're learning every day how to give their life to Christ and allow Christ to rebuild that life. And so the cards that they read that were destined for these girls in Zambia were a huge encouragement to them. So you never know. You throw that little pebble in the pond and you never know where the ripples are going to go. So yeah, God bless you guys that write those beautiful note cards. Let your kids decorate them with crayons and glitter and markers and whatever. The girls absolutely love it.
For sure. Okay, let's keep going, huh?
Okay, here we go. I have got one from Patricia McBride from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So Patricia, thank you so much. Again, a very familiar name. Another familiar name, Jane Davis from Georgetown, Texas. Jane, thank you for a box of, beautiful purses. And Susan Engel from Richmond, Texas. Way to go, Texas. Susan sent us a box of purses. And I've got Tammy Hammond from Portland, Oregon. Just drove through your city as well, Tammy. So beautiful Portland. Thank you again for your box of purses. We have got Barbara Wong from Mountain View, California, right in the heart of Silicon Valley. So Barbara, thank you for taking the time to sew and send us beautiful purses for the girls in Zambia. And one of our Italian angels, Melian, I apologize. I always struggle with your name. Melina Picro. I'm going to get your name right because you send us so many purses. Melina from Lakewood, Colorado. Thank you so much. And one of our awesome Italian Angels. So thank you so much for your box and for your faithful support of the program. Cheryl Alford from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Cheryl, thank you for a box of purses. And Susan Hershey, who must be a Chewy subscriber. I am a Chewy subscriber myself. I save all the Chewy boxes because they are very strong and very great, and we receive a lot of purses in them. Susan Hershey from Marston Mills, Massachusetts. So Susan, thank you for the beautiful Chewy box and the beautiful purses. And let's see. Oh, this is a heavy one. Our Savior's Lutheran Church, Grand Forks, Minnesota. Not just Forks, but Grand Forks, Minnesota. Our Savior's Lutheran Church. Thank you guys so much for getting together and sending us, and they have a little note on here. Let me read this to you. Sometimes there's really beautiful notes inside the boxes, and I tape them to the outside. To the folks at So Powerful, one of our quilters heard about your project and fell in love with the idea of purses so the girls could carry their sanitary supplies to school, wouldn't have to miss days when they had their periods. In the USA, it's hard to imagine not being able to dash to Target or Walmart and buy whatever we need. But I visited Ethiopia by this individual, and I know firsthand that it is true. Anyhow, she has been sewing purses, and this is the second shipment we've sent of her handiwork. Bless you for the work you continue to do. The woman that sewed these purses is nearly 90 years old, still doing wonderful work as a quilter for our church and as a devoted purse maker for your organization. Isn't that awesome? So thank you so much from Our Savior's Lutheran Church. Jason, I'll kick it back to you guys.
Yeah, that's just incredible. It's so neat to hear people participating at every age and devoting time and energy and effort to the program. So I want to take just a moment and talk about the upcoming Sewathon. I know, right? Whoop, whoop. We're so excited. S-E-W, I know that gets old. We're so excited. S-O-W, S-O. We're just excited to have the Sewathon coming up this fall. The Sewathon last year was sort of a surprise hit, although it wasn't a surprise to people who planned it, but maybe it just was bigger and better and more amazing than anybody could have imagined. And so we're really excited about this year and what is possible in terms of the Sewathon. We raised $35,000 last year, and we had 50 people participate. The goal this year is to have 250 people participate. We have no expectation in terms of fundraising goal. We're going to try to just focus on asking people to participate in the effort with us. And the reality of it is fundraising is hard. And asking people to support your work can be mentally and emotionally just sort of a tussle. Yeah, there can be blocks there. But the truth of it is, what we heard over the last few days at the sewing retreat as people shared their stories about last year's participation was that they had absolutely positive and surprising input and encouragement and participation from people who weren't even like necessarily their direct relatives, or they had people who were just their friends on social media jump in and encourage them and fund their efforts. And so if you're not familiar with the Sewathon, now is the time to get oriented to the issue. We've got a beautiful page on our website, and it is going to be a fantastic event. The sponsors this year have already started to rally around the effort. The platinum sponsor is Bernina USA, and they've donated several fancy machines.
2 machines, yeah, an embroidery machine, like standalone embroidery, which is I think the highest valued item, and then another machine that does embroidery and sewing combination, but both amazing prizes. Yeah.
And Baby Lock is joining as a gold sponsor, so that's super exciting as well. Yes. We also have a silver sponsor and bronze sponsors, and more sponsors are jumping in that haven't even been added to the website yet. So we have a lot of exciting sponsors who are helping us by giving us prizes and helping us promote the event. The grand prize is the opportunity to travel to Zambia to see a purse distribution with us this next year. All expenses paid. We did this in 2015 to launch the So Powerful Purse program, and it caught people's attention. And we're hoping to you kind of do this again with the intention of catching people's attention for the Sewathon and asking people to really rally around the idea of sewing purses as a fundraiser. The truth of it is, it takes $10 to fill every purse that goes to a girl. And God has been good. We continuously receive special gifts, and people have been faithful in sending in donations as they make purses. But the more purses we receive, the more money we need for running our program. And we see the Sewathon as a central idea annually now that can help us get after that large goal. And so with your help, we know we can do it. Anything else in your thoughts about?
I mean, I think, just like he was saying, from some of the people that were at the retreat that were talking about it, and, it really is, I think, exciting for people to come alongside you. When you express your passion and excitement for something, people want to support that naturally. And so kind of like once you put it out there, it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing on social media for somebody to put something out there that's meaningful and, something that people will want to come alongside and support you in your efforts to do that. And it isn't as difficult, I think, as you might, like if you're afraid, I don't think there's any reason to be afraid. It is, it's similar to when we have volunteers in the booth and you might be like awkward or nervous to talk to people. And once you kind of start talking, people respond. It's just, it is a nice, meaningful program. And it's great. It was so fun to see what happened last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And so enrollment is July 24th through August 31st. So think about it, pray about it. There's a link on the website under donate. There's a whole page for the 2023 Sewathon. And we'd love to have you read up about it, pray about your involvement. Even if you didn't want to go to Zambia, if you were the grand prize winner, then you would still have an opportunity to win other prizes. So we're going to try to make sure that if the grand prize winner doesn't want to go to Zambia or can't physically for whatever reason or schedule reasons, they'll probably end up winning their choice of machine. So just so you understand how this is going to work, we'll have more details as the event gets closer. But the number one thing we'd encourage you to do is talk to your friends about it, your quilt guild. If you're in a chapter and you're chapter leader, then be sure to socialize the idea with everybody in your chapter and let people know that our goal is 250 people. And we would be absolutely thrilled with whatever happens after that. And we'll be thrilled regardless, but we would love to have 250 people participate this year with us so that we can impact the lives of more and more girls in Zambia. Dana, any thoughts on the Sewathon?
Yeah, we tried to make it very, very simple to participate. So there is sample language that you can use as you let your friends and neighbors and others in your circle know that you're a part of that Sewathon, what the money raised is going to do, what the purses do. So it's a great way to get the word out about what we are doing in Zambia on behalf of the girls. And then, believe me, people love the opportunity to love you. And what I mean by that is your friends, your family, your coworkers, your other church members, club members, whatever it may be. When people step up and do something positive on behalf of someone else, people love to recognize that and are actually blessed by the ability to recognize that. So when you let people know that you're a part of the Sewathon and they can support you with a gift to So Powerful in honor of the purses that you're making for girls, you're actually offering them an opportunity to be blessed, to reach out and do something and give something on behalf of someone that'll never pay them back, never be able to pay them back, these girls in Zambia. And God has a special place in his heart when we do that. So I'd encourage you, don't even think of it as fundraising. Think of it as giving the opportunity for others to experience the blessing that you've experienced as a purse maker by doing something sacrificial on behalf of these girls. And let's spread that around and give as many people. A lot of people, including me, don't know how to sew, can't make a purse, but love to be a part of the blessing of these girls. And, and for me, again, as a person of faith, to do it as an act of obedience to the Lord. That is the opportunity we're creating for everyone. So I encourage you, don't think of it as a fundraiser. Just think of it as a friend-raiser. Think of it as a way to allow people to share in the blessings.
That's, yeah. That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, I just had, one other thing that's actually really special about this that I didn't expect, like when I enrolled last year, you get the report and you see who's doing the donations and the comments that they leave for you personally. And, so I had people that maybe I didn't really know who they were, but it was amazing to see what people were saying and, the support that they want to give you that way. So you do have that, that comes in as well, which is really, really nice, a special part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have one other little surprise as it relates to the Sewathon. I've come up with a little shenanigan just to make things fun. So if we get 150 people to enroll in the Sewathon, then I'm going to join the Sewathon as a purse maker, and I'm going to make a commitment to a goal, and I will be sewing my brains out over the month of September. You don't think I could do it?
And then in the next go live, I'll be showing the purses, and I'm not supposed to be criticizing.
Yes, women will critique at my every purse.
Hey,
So,
Jason, I will join that effort, and I will write all of your note cards for you.
Aww.
Okay? So you and I,
Is this
you and
like
I together. So we get 150 and beyond. I'm with you, brother.
Okay, so I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If you all, 150 of you join, then I will do it, and I'll do my level best to not only just, I won't make one purse, let's put it that way. I'll do my level best to actually be a solid contributor to the number of purses that come in, and also on the fundraising side. Of course, it's a great opportunity for me to also raise funds. In fact, Dana, I would just mention this to you. If you learn to sew a purse in the next 6 weeks, then you too could be a fundraiser for the Sewathon. I'm just saying. I realized over this weekend that if I learn to sew and make some purses, I can participate in the Sewathon as a fundraiser.
Yes.
How
All right,
cool is
Joan
that?
Schultz, did you hear that, Joan? I hope you're still watching. I need a tutor, Joan.
Yes.
Okay, 150, that's the number. So if that comes in, as soon as it comes in, I'm in, and I'll go for it. And I'll dedicate a lot of time in the month of September to sew. And I might have a lot of help cutting, which I don't think is illegal. Is that illegal? I don't know.
Let your conscience be your guide, Jason.
I'll have to consult the official organizing body to find out if I...
It's a call for pre-cut purse kits. And I will say, I'm sure we will all be enrolled in the Sewathon, and we will not qualify for prizes. So,
Yeah, no, we won't.
So don't let that,
No.
whatever, deter you. We'll just be in it to be in it.
We'll be in it to win it together, because we're all focusing on getting as many girls the supplies they need as possible. And that's the whole effort. So Dana, back to you. And then we've got a few other things we want to talk about today before we wrap up.
All right, good. So again, our beautiful Colorado sisters. This is Judy Krunenberg, Denver, Colorado. Another box from the Colorado sisters. Thank you, ladies. Terry Hatovi from Richmond, Washington, all the way on the other side of or not the other side, the Tri-Cities area here in Washington. So Terry, thank you for your box of purses. And Natalie Rose from Elkhart, Indiana. I actually spent a couple of nights in Elkhart, Indiana last year, believe it or not, on a road trip with my brother. Beautiful little town, Elkhart. And Natalie Rose, thank you so much for your purses. Elise Roussel from San Jose, California. Elise, That's just weird. I was in San Jose overnight about 10 days ago too. So Elise, thank you so much for your purses. And, oh, a heavy one. Okay, Susan Combs from Katy, Texas. Texas, again, very well represented today. Susan Combs, thank you. Got it, Kelsey? Thank you, girl. And, boy, this is talk about a prolific purse maker. Vivian Sylvester and the folks at Olive Branch. 52 purses. I think, Jason, we ought to try to find out how many total purses Olive Branch has donated, because it has got to be substantial. So Vivian and all the folks there in Bradford Woods, Pennsylvania, thank you so much for your faithfulness and your industry. There we go. I'll hold on to this one. Okay, this is a heavy one. Danielle, wow, okay. What is it? Makevich. Okay, ooh, good job, Jordan. From Xenia, Ohio, Danielle, thank you so much for a box of purses that's so heavy, Jordan wouldn't even let me pick it up. Okay, I have got one from Catherine Heeg from Oro Valley, Arizona. So Catherine, thank you so much for a box of purses. Another great big box from Wendy Harrison, Whistler, British Columbia. So our north of the border folks are getting in on the action here. Wendy, thank you. Another big one. Okay, this is from Canada, and I know how heavy this is, so I'm going to read fast, Jordan. So Marcia Ross, Marilyn Posen, Norma Dale, Doris Hollingsworth, Gloria Raymond, I think I'm off camera here, Gloria Raymond and Kathleen Honeychurch all contributed to this box from Canada. And I know that it's incredibly heavy, because I tried to pick it up. I'm going to see a few envelopes here. This is Janet Kudo from Tijeras, New Mexico. So, Janet, thank you for an envelope with beautiful purses. We have Christy Purcell from Missouri Valley, Iowa. So, Christy, thank you so much for the purse that you sent. Last name on this one, Jan, I'm going to slow down because I know when we do the envelopes, I go too fast. So, I'm slowing down for Jan. I love you, Jan. The last name on this one is Kirkwood, and it's all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I don't have a first name, but Meadowlark Drive in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for the purse that you sent us. Nancy Dybert from Maitland, Florida. Nancy put some beautiful purses in an envelope and sent it off to us. So Nancy from Maitland, Florida. Thank you so very much. Okay, we got a sticker on this one. Now, the last name is Anson. The first name's David, but again, David, hey, if you sold the purse, far be it from me, right? But in case it was Mrs. David Anson, thank you from Cape Canaveral, Florida. So thank you from the Ansons in Cape Canaveral. This is going to be the last one, Jason, then I'm going to kick it over to you. Linda Bardis from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Linda, thank you for putting some beautiful purses in an envelope and sending that off to us. And we promise we're going to put those in the hands of some beautiful girls in Zambia. So thank you, Linda. Jason and Cinnamon, back to you.
All right. We have exciting things happening all around the country, guys. We have new chapters that have been created, prospective chapters that are in the process, and then people who are starting with what we call a discovery list. So you want to mention these?
So we have newly registered chapters, and this first one is pretty cool because straight out of the sewing retreat, literally we just got home last night, we have a brand new chapter from Paula Mangum in Chelsea, Alabama, and their chapter name is called Perseverance.
Perseverance.
So very fun. So Paula and Debbie, I'm sure Debbie's doing that with her. Yeah. Super fun. We're excited to see that come together. We have one called Sew Giving in Marietta, Georgia, and then Cedar Valley Sew and Sews in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Amazing. That's so great. So new potential chapters are also being established in Weston, Florida, in Katy, Texas, and in Woodbine, New Jersey. And so if you go to our website, you'll see the chapter locator map, and there's little pins for each of these categories. So an existing chapter, a chapter that's under construction or potential, and then there's also the third category, which is a discovery list. And a discovery list is if you are looking for people in your local area that might want to be a part of a chapter with you, then you can put your name on the list, and the person who creates the discovery list will know, and then you'll be able to connect through that process. So it's quasi, it's secure, I guess you could say, in terms of whether it's public or not. It's a good process so that you can add your name. The chapter prospective leader will find out who you are and will contact you, and you guys will be off to the races together to create your new chapter. So we have new discovery lists that have been created in Brookings, Oregon. I'm guessing that's Bonnie, who was just in Zambia with me 2 weeks ago. So hopefully, if it's not, then there's Bonnie in Brookings.
Bonnie has a friend.
That's her, though. And then we have someone in Nevada, Iowa, and then another discovery list started in Haley, Idaho. And so if you're nearby to one of those 3 towns, then be sure to jump in the chapter locator tool and connect with those fine folks and get the chapter going with them. So that would be great. Dana, back to you.
Yeah, just a reminder too for you chapters to send in purses, because I know a lot of times it's a collection from many purse makers. Put the name of your chapter on the outside of your box. That's just super helpful for us when the boxes come in, because we definitely want to recognize you and be able to say the name of your chapter. And so a lot of times what we'll have is just the name of the individual that shipped it in. And it's hard for us to even know that it came from a chapter. And we want to recognize our chapters because they're awesome. So here we go. We're going to kick off again. Another Chewy box. Gotta love the Chewy boxes. Lori Straley from Florence. Beautiful, I should say. Florence, Oregon. Lori, thank you for a Chewy box full of purses. This is a heavy one. I know. I picked that one up too. 100 purses with note cards from Judy James. From Tega K, South Carolina. Judy, thank you. We're into some really heavy ones now, by the way. Okay. Lynn Weber Trust, thank you so much for your big box from Gulf Shores, Alabama. I'm just reading it right off your box. Jordan, thanks, buddy. This is another huge one. The name's right there in front. And this is Lisa Croyle from Granger, Iowa. We're not even going to try to lift these up. You guys are killing me. Thank you, Lisa, for a big box of purses. All right, we've got Janine Toomer from Apopka, Florida. Again, a great big box of purses. Some of these that Jordan's getting right now actually came in today. So, Jan, you may not find some of these on your list, just FYI. Eileen Kirsten, and I don't know where. I know Eileen's from Washington because she's got a 206 area code here, but I don't have an address. So, Eileen, thank you so much for your purses. Maxine Edwards from Redmond, Washington, right here locally. And I know Maxine also has another great big box that I didn't bring out here because I knew I was going to recognize Maxine with this one. So, Maxine, thank you for this box and the other box that you sent us. Wow, look at that purse. Shine bright.
That's awesome.
Cool. Okay, this is from Valerie Ferguson, Kathy Kitchen, and Adriana McDonald. And I believe they're in Utah, Jason. Is that correct?
I think so.
You know?
Kathy Kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're in Utah? Okay. Didn't have an address that I could reference. Terry Stover from Sebastian, Florida. A great big, huge box from Terry. That just came in today. This one also just came in today. Holy smokes. Olive Branch. One more time. Vivian Sylvester. 52 purses and 160 cards. So we can fill some purses that may not have come in with no cards. So, folks, again, Bradford Woods, Pennsylvania, Olive Branch, thank you so much. And this is our last box. And it is this a Chewy box? Oh, this is Sam Club's box. Okay. Again, I don't really have an address for this one, but it is. And the ink on this label is really smeared, so I'm doing my best. Valina Foy, Andrea Foy, I believe, and Kathy are the three names on the label of this box. And I wish I could be more specific. But again, for Valina, Andrea, and Kathy, I think you're from Utah as well. So thank you so much for a great big box of purses. Jason, that's our last box, so go for it.
Wow, fantastic. Well, we'll just keep chatting here while the purse cam goes. We only have one final thing to share, and that's a comment or two about this month's verse theme, which was from Proverbs 31:10. And I want to just explain this one for a moment and have us chat about it. One of the things that we hear frequently is that the inspiration for making the purses, so many of them, is because they know that the girl who receives it is just so precious and has such an opportunity in life that our hearts go out for them. And I was reading through Proverbs 31 last week because, I like to read about cinnamon and all that. But this phrase stood out to me that, of course, in this context of Proverbs 31, it's about the wife of noble character. But the phrase, I think, is universally applicable. And that was that she is far more precious than jewels. And, just at the sewing retreat this last weekend, we heard people share their heart for their involvement and so powerful. And the idea that the girls receiving the purses are just so precious. And if there's anything we could do in our entire life to help them have a better life, even a small act of sacrificial giving or participation in the program or time or our funding, we know that through this program, we're impacting one girl at a time, and each one of them is incredibly precious, more precious than jewels. And I think we would all honestly say that. If we had jewels sitting there and we would say, which is more meaningful to us, helping one of these girls or these rocks sitting there, these jewels that are there, we would say the life of the young lady is far more valuable and more meaningful than anything else, money or that kind of thing. And so that phrase stood out to me, and over this last weekend it was reinforced as I heard people talk about their personal passion for the program, that we have the chance to make a difference in the lives of young ladies who are just so precious in God's sight and in our sight. And you're on the side of the Holy Spirit and the Lord when you look like God does at some situation. And when we look at these young ladies, we say they are made in the image of God, and that God is going to use them in powerful ways, and that we're really excited to be a part of their journey. And so I don't know if that speaks to you at all, but it's a phrase meant so much to me as I heard it.
Yeah, I back to this weekend too, is just different comments from people where, they personally feel or have personally adopted these girls as daughters or granddaughters, and in their heart that is who they are, and they're praying as they make purses, and it speaks to the power of the card that's in each purse, because the girls are just they're drawn to that. The purse is special and beautiful, and probably one of the nicest gifts that they receive, and it just sort of speaks to them about their worth and their value. And the card definitely is your opportunity to encourage them and just speak into their life. And little things, the scriptures are super meaningful, but just the little things that they're beautiful, that somebody cares about them, they're not hearing that every day. And I think it is really just an opportunity with the whole package, to change one girl's life at a time.
Yeah. Dan, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just was thinking of a proverb that I heard. I believe it's from Africa, and again, it talks to the struggle that girls have. in a lot of cultures. And I have to say in Zambia, there's been a great change. I've seen a great change over the, gosh, how many years ago, 20 years ago or whatever it was, I made my first trip. But there was a proverb that said, having a daughter is like planting a tree in another man's garden. In other words, because a girl is going to marry a husband and go away, the value of the girl was deemed lesser. So, which is why it was difficult for girls to get education that boys were invested in. So if they were able to send, a child to school, the boy would go and the girl would stay and collect firewood and collect water and those kinds of things. So, it's a tough enough circumstance to be born in a country with limited resources and limited opportunities. And then you ladle on top of that the difficulties that traditionally are also placed on top of girls. And so for us to be able to, like I said, free them from some of the limitations that they might have in terms of their education and life, but then that no card again, tell them they're special, tell them God loves them, tell them they're more precious than jewels. A lot of us can think back to comments that teachers or coaches or parents or grandparents made to us when we were young that we probably still remember, that gave us worth and gave us the confidence to go forward and do something with our lives. And so that's what we do. The purse, making the purse and the note cards and all that stuff. I mean, it is a means to an end. And the end is to basically let these girls know that they're precious in the sight of God, and to have that relationship with a loving father themselves. And you guys are all making that happen. It's so much more than what we think it is. And so God bless you guys for all being a part of this.
Yeah, absolutely well said, man. It's so true. And so thank you, everyone, for your hard work and effort in support of the program. We just continue to be blown away by people's love and support, financial giving, and commitment to So Powerful. It's an incredible blessing. I always like to say it's the honor of our life, and it is our life's work. And it's such an incredible honor to have everyone rallying around these girls and the seamstresses and the team in Zambia. And we are so grateful for your collaboration and partnership in it. So again, I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to the RCC team as well for your many years of faithful support and love. Yeah, it's so great that we are in it together. This is by no means a conclusion of anything like that. It's just a shift. And the purses will come here now and be processed here, but RCC has always been just an incredible partner to us, and we're excited to have that continue on just in new ways. And so you guys up there, we just want to honestly say from the bottom of our hearts, we're incredibly grateful and honored that you spend time and effort, literal facility space and storage space and activities on the church calendar in support of the program. And you've just done a tremendous job making this whole program and really our whole ministry possible. And so from the bottom of our hearts, we just want to thank you so much.
Looking forward to having you guys come up.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you this next weekend. We'll celebrate together and we'll have a good time. Hopefully I won't put anybody to sleep with my sermon, and we'll have a great time celebrating all that God has done together. So, thanks everybody for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.